was a sudden end to the starting screen. Didn't mean to do that, guys. I pressed a different key, but you know, there's only like 30 seconds to go, so all good from our side. Hope everyone's doing really well and keeping it safe in these weird times in terms of the storms that are going around Europe at the moment. You'll see we're here on the ground in Milan. Planning to do a short flight back up to Luton in our new Wizz Air livery here, and we'll be just setting things up briefly. We're on Vatsim. If you're new to the channel, do subscribe, give it a bit of a like. Helps us get noticed on the YouTube algorithm, and we'll kick off. So yes, we're just on gate at the moment, waiting for people to get on board and set things up. So let's jump in the cockpit. We'll start turning things on, and yeah, sit back and ask questions, guys, as we go through. It's all about you guys being able to ask questions and just relax and enjoy the flight on a Friday evening. It's been particularly windy in the UK today, super windy in fact. So hopefully where everyone is, everyone's staying safe. We'll get things set up. Let's get some APU clicked on, some bleed, seatbelts. I'll flick up the way. So this is the new Season 8 Beta edition for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So it could crash. We might not be here by the end of the flight, but we're trying it. See what it's like. See if I can report anything back to you guys as we go. Let's just see if there is some air traffic control on. So let's just get the QNH and settle this up first. So QNH is 1016 according to the ATIS. Let's do that. While we're here, let's get some bags in, some catering. Should be able to hopefully see that. People starting to set up here. There you go. Trucks are rolling into position. Great out service. And let's get some fuel while we're here as well. So if we go to here, and we've got our briefing. So 6194 is our block fuel. Just go back to fuel here. Let's just put in a 6500 just in case there's any delays. Hit that, that'll start refueling. And you'll see that on our here. So we got refueling, and we're also aligning our IRSs as well. 7 minutes, so plenty of time to set things up. While we're here, excuse me, let's get our flight planning. So from Milan to Luton, flight level 380, 38,000 feet, and we're flying sort of late afternoon, so sun will set as we get there. Let me know, guys, what your preference is when it comes to that. Do you like it being dark and we do it in real time? Never know if you guys can see anything, but let me know. Let's get people on the plane. It's 164 passengers. Hit start and they start to board. And so yeah, we can let's set up a side view of where we want to see. So that's everyone just getting busy. Oh, that's the tail. That is that side. That's that side. I don't know which ones are the best ones. Again, whatever you guys want to see, let me know. But let's go with that if we're sitting on this side. So if you want to know where we are, got the flight plan all loaded in. Let's just open up Milan's charts and we'll have a little look around and see where we are. So we are at the moment in terms of parking stance, we're on stand 613, which is tucked away down the back here, expecting to excuse me, depart from this runway here, 35 right. We'll take off to the north, bit of a left turn, and then we'll head up through Europe and then descend over France into the UK. So when it comes to taxiing, we'll go through that, but you can see this is where our little marker is, and then if you want to know in detail, you can see the 613 is this right hand curve here, and if we go outside here and a little bit above, you can see that curve there. So if you're ever stuck, just use landmarks. That's that curve coming in here, and that means we taxi out over that way to the runway. Let's just minimize that for the moment. Get everything sorted. I've had a look at the flight plan already, just to be a bit prepared, so I'm not just guessing. But we're going to depart from 35 right, and it's going to be this Logo 6 Tango with a Osta transition. We'll put that in. We'll see what air traffic control have to say by the time we give them a shout and see what they're up to. We get to Luton. It's runway 25, which makes sense. The wind has been completely coming from the west today, just pummeling everyone. And it is a band of 1 Lima, and yeah, we've got no fires, so we'll put that in. So we're just waiting really for our weight and balance to get sorted out, but we can call for clearance while we wait for that. Just see if we can. So we're just waiting for the last few people to get in there. Oh, someone in the chat. Good evening. Excellent Italian. Sorry, my chat's sort of off to the left-hand side, so I will try and answer when I can. There's a little bit of a delay as well between when people type in the chat and when I can read it, just by the way YouTube works. Oh, that's the wrong key to hit there as I try and get my stream set up just the way I want it. Cool. So let's just brighten up some screens. Brighten that screen. There we go. Oh, good. Let's turn these ones off just for a little bit of extra frame rates. All good. Cool. Let's have a look at this departure just so we can plug it in. This one. Let's see. So 6,000. I'll be going up to the minimum, which is all good. Yeah, so you see, take off from 35 right, we'll go out, take a left turn towards Doghope, great name, and then we'll head off towards Aosta. So basically, if you want to see our route, we're going to come out to the north, bit of a left turn, up to Europe, and then into Luton, which is just north of London for people who have not been here before. So we'll get ourselves all sorted. Let's just get the parking stand back so we're ready when someone wants to talk to us, and we'll see if there's any air traffic control that we can have a chat with. 1, 2. Oh, he's just literally gone offline just when we're about to start him. So we'll stay on Unicom. That's fine. Kind of makes it easier. We can vector our own way out. Here's why getting fed up. I've been logged on for about 45 minutes just saving a spot. So he's probably wondering why I wasn't doing anything. Let's jump over here. Yes, there's no controls and range. Connect our hobby. Cool. That all sounds good. So we'll wait for that. Let's just get a tug to come to us. A few people outside the airplane. All good. So there'll be air traffic control as we get further up into Europe and get ourselves underway. You can see we're not refueling anymore and everyone's on board, so we can now do our weight and balance. So init page, hit the right hand tab, click that button there, it'll automatically populate it. Fuel planning, click that at the bottom there, and this will then populate all our fuel and how much we think we need. There we go. And then performance, one stage of flaps goes in there, and then these just populate as you press them. Well, that should be slightly different. Interesting. 137. There we go. 138 and 142. Cool. So that's all done. Which sets us up nicely. You can see we're aligned here on the map, so we will be ready to go pretty soon. Let's just take off some power, put on the strobe. Oh, I think with the beta sometimes the where you click is slightly offset. Could just be me after a long day at work. What we'll also do is just turn on our transponder, and we'll just bring these back, but let's just turn this on so people can see us. And we want all, I'm going to do that, but we don't want to go 7,000. Oh, yeah, it's definitely slightly off. Ooh, there we go. I'm going to clear that, and let's put in 2100. And we're out reporting on. All good. Turn that on. Turn that on. Which is fine. All good. I think we are ready to go. He says, just making sure he hasn't missed anything. Yeah, we are. Cool. Let's get out of here. So, what we'll do, we're just going to push back in our lovely Dr. Pepper style aircraft here, and we'll just swing it around and then taxi out. And start the engines while we're here. Yeah, nice onboard view. Let me know if it sounds good, if we need to change anything. Otherwise, enjoy, just chill out and relax. Go. We'll stop there and we'll let the tug go away. Just put on parking brake so we don't roll away. There's the tug just out our window here. You can pop up and see him just down there. So everything just coming on board. Is turn off the APU. This will be a bit jerky, but bear with me, guys. Ooh, there we go. Just want to be here so I can click on things directly, otherwise they seem to be a little bit tricky. Got our lights on, got that. All good, all good, all good. We can come back down here. Apologies for the jerkiness. Yeah, it's just a bit over the place when we do that. What do we want to do? Pop our speed brake. Put this tab. Auto brake. Oh, not that. That one. Max. And then we should be good to taxi out. What we'll also do though is just put a bit of flap down. You can see it's starting to rain a bit out the window. Beautiful weather in Milan today. All of Europe just seems to be a bit wet and miserable. Just going to type that we're taxiing to 35 right. Just put that out so everyone knows. Get on the yellow line. Cool. So underway, guys. Should be about a couple of hours up to Luton. So it'll be just after 9 o'clock arrival. Come and go as you please. All very welcome. There was sort of the taxi route out, but I can show you guys while we're here. we're going to go straight out. And we'll take a right turn, cross this runway here, down here, and away we go. So we'll go straight out and then take a right and then a left. You guys can follow along on that map. Just do a quick takeoff configuration test. Click this button down here. That is not what I want to do. That one I want to do. And we're all good. So it's not the first right, but the second right we want to take. You can see us over here if you want to follow. We're basically going to go across here, down here. So it's really useful to have a map if you're taxiing in real life, if it's in a simulator. So we take the right turn here. Then you see the left turn up ahead. So, take your left turn. Just checking there's nothing coming into land because this is the arrival runway, but can't see anything on the screen down the bottom from our TCAS. Let's have a little look. It's a bit foggy, but I think we're good to cross. No one said anything that they are on approach. So, go down here. Very foggy in Milan today. Then we're basically going to take the right turn up here, and then we know that we're going to take the first left, and then we'll be on the runway, so we can get out of there. If you want to know where we're going to be departing to, it's this. We're going to take a left turn out to Dogup. Hopefully that all makes sense. Cool livery this. Like the black mask on the front. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty good. Right, so we are coming up. How do I know what to do with that air traffic control? Very good question. So there's a guard frequency, it's called Unicom. So you basically put your movements into there to let other people know. But also there's standard departures, and there's software that lets you know which way to take off. And yeah, it's a lot of it's done for you. You don't do your own flight planning really in this. Not like in the real world where we have to figure out where we're going, and there's certain departure routes they would tell you, but in this it's not too bad. There's something called SimBrief we use. Good question though, keep them coming. So a bit of light drizzle. Coming up to the runway, and we can probably do a rolling takeoff here. We've got everything set up. What I'll do though is just hold here and just announce we're departing tower. Cool, that's done. Let's keep going. We'll also just put on our takeoff lights. And yeah, it's not really letting me. Oh, we don't use that one. Just hovering over it slightly. So we're gonna take off, do a bit of left turn. See it better if I do this. So down here, so swing into life once we take off. The view out the window. Okay, let's go. So everything's looking good. Look at that speed. And that's our rotation speed at about 140. Nice. When you gear up. Straight into the murk and the clouds. But you'll see we're going to take a bit of a... Go straight forward here and then we take a left turn. Got the pilot on. And then lever climb, which is flashing here, so we just bring it back into the climb gate. Which is there. It's now climbing out at its optimal speed. So it'll just climb out and follow the route. And we can... Oh, that didn't help us being doing that, but we want to put this all the way up to 38,000 feet, which is our cruise.
2,500.
And that voice is telling us the height. Actually, we are above the ground, so we're going to fly over some mountains, so we do need to make sure we are climbed up pretty quickly. Breaking through the clouds. Bring the flaps up. Okay, so we're just climbing out here. Just move to the standard pressure, now that we're above the transition hook. So we're just climbing up, guys. Should be quite relaxed. We're above 13,000 feet now. Let's bring in the landing lights. That's all good. Got our strobes on and everything. So we're just following this departure, which if you guys are interested, you'll see we've already got past Dogub, and then we're on the transition from Dogub. We're now going up towards MC501, which is here, MC502, and then up to MC519. And you can see with the topography, easy for you to say, topography, we're going over some mountains, so we need to be up high enough to avoid them. Guys, so we're just getting up into the cruise. You can see the Alps ahead of us. A lot of snow. Great for skiing at this time of year. We'll go up over kind of, I guess, a bit of Switzerland. We'll also cross France, and then up towards the UK. Cool, and the bar up the top seems to be working. It's got our estimated time of arrival. Doesn't always have that. But yeah, this is the beta version of Microsoft Flight Simulator, which, to be fair, seems very similar to the last one that they released. Performance-wise, it's very similar to me, but my computer's a little bit older than others. But yeah, it's exciting. Something new, guys, to look at. So settle back. Be arriving in about an hour and a half before we start descending. Ask some questions if you want to, otherwise, yeah, just chill out. Get you guys maybe a good view. We are battling quite a big headroom wind at the moment. It's about 86 knots. Not horrendous, that's probably what people were fighting with on the ground today at Heathrow. Everyone watched Big Jet TV, it's been all over the news today. pretty choppy over the Alps. Bouncing around here. People in the back will not be happy. Guys, the outside view. Pretty cool looking airplane. Never flown on a Wizz Air before. Hungarian. You can see it bouncing around in the wind. But yeah, it's pretty sweet. Which that's probably quite loud for you guys, so we'll come back inside. Have a look at out the window. People in the back trying to have their snacks, getting bandied around. Question. Thought I'd just change the airline up. Something different. We've done EasyJet, we've done Ryanair, we've done British Airways. Yeah, we haven't done a Wizz Air flight, and it makes it interesting. You can go from different bases to other places. We did originally plan to go from Bucharest to Liverpool, but it was going to take about 3.5 hours, 4 hours because of the wind today. So we kept it as it was, and we yeah, made it a bit simpler by going from Milan. So just something different. I'll probably use the wrong call sign when I speak to air traffic control, but hopefully not. Ah, cool. There's a bit of a rainbow forming here underneath the wing. Trying to get a bit more cloudy ahead. We're sort of climbing up. We're about 33,000 feet at the moment, so you can see how windy it is though if we come down here. 100-mile-an-hour headwind, just what we need. And I see what's happened. Hold on, let's just do this. I should have spotted that, guys. That is my fault. There was a discontinuity in the flight plan. So, actually, let's go direct to Molus and do that. Let me click that. There we go. Cool. So now we'll be on our way. We'll take our right turn. I was wondering why we hadn't turned right. There we go. Over the hills. Hills, mountains. Same thing, right? So that's looking pretty cool, the simulator at the moment. It's good. Get that wing bouncing around as we turn. Oh, okay, let's see what's happening in the cockpit. Oh no. Definitely would be a seatbelts on type of flight with this wind. Battling it as we go north. That's turned it more into a crosswind, but you can see there wind direction to 251 and 100 miles an hour. This is pretty punchy. So that's good. We're now straightened up on our route. Heading towards Molus. I'm almost at our cruise height of 38,000 feet, so it takes a wee while to get up here. You can see as well another airplane just off our right hand side here. He's slightly below us. We're getting bashed around just as much as we are though. Still bouncing around. So in this phase of the flight, there's not much to do really, just monitoring. Starting to plan ahead when we get towards Luton. Have a look at the fly pad. See the weather. So that was the weather when we left Milan. 3-knot winds and 23 knots when we get to Luton. But pretty much down the runway, which is useful. Such a cool aircraft. This is free as well. You don't have to pay anything for it. So that person appears to be on the same sort of track as us, slightly below. Actually, they're probably passing in that sort of direction. Can see how much the crosswind is affecting us. So we're on this heading, even though we want to be going this way. So it's almost it's close to 15 degrees that we're pointing left, so that the wind blows us basically along this line. Excuse me. So we're fighting the wind a little bit as we go along here. This is our route up through Europe. Basically, it's very similar to what we have on the map here. So all this is just a representation on an actual map of our route. This looks like Paris, yeah. So where this cluster is, that's Paris. So we'll go to the right of Paris, over the English Channel, start our descent, over London, bit of a right turn, loop the loop, and then into the runway. Not technically a loop the loop, but yeah. So on our way, and just fighting this headwind. That's what's going to make the flight a little bit longer than we probably expected, but it's all good. And as we get towards France, there'll be some air traffic control, so you'll get to hear some different accents as we fly across borders. Yeah, pour yourself a drink, grab a wine. Cool looking airplane still. Just conscious whenever I go outside you get the noise of the engines droning away. That looks pretty happy in the front. Such good detail on the radar and the nose. You can see the smoke coming out the back. Crumbs. It's well modelled. An advert. The graphics are pretty cool. Come to the expense if you've not got an amazing PC. It can be pretty difficult to run some of these, but there's the Hungarian flag on the back. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty noisy to sit here at the back, that would not be fun. Let's go inside and get some peace and quiet. See how the people in the back are doing. chilled out. It's cool, we can get some different views here. Over the wing, over the other one wing. That's the ones I think we had before. That's again another wing shot. That's pretty cool. That's us back outside again, but yeah, this one's pretty nice. You can see the clouds below us. I'll just be flicking around, trying to see what, monitoring some things in the cockpit. If wondering what I'm up to, just ask. Otherwise, say just sit back. Yeah, the weather is pretty much like real life. The storm's probably passed a little bit, but it is windy. The weather in Luton at the moment is, he says, let's have a little look. So it's pretty windy. It's actually not too bad. Not many clouds around. I think the storm basically blew everything through. But yeah, it's real world. So if the storm was still ongoing, then you could potentially fly through it. Should be a little bit too exciting. See where we are. I think that is Banva, which is the start of our arrival. So we're still miles out, but at least we can see it. Oh, I've got 2 likes in the chat. 2 likes. So it's gonna grow. This channel, it's gotta grow. If you're watching this on replay, you're missing out. You can come on with us, have a great chat. If you subscribe, you'll get to know when we're going live. Got some other videos as well from our private pilot lessons. Not technically lessons, but experience. So yeah, there's a few things on the channel and it'll keep growing, so let us know what you want to see. So start setting through soon. There'll probably be a bit of a sunset by the time we get into Luton. And, our arrival is this Banva 1 Limo. So we have a 1 Limo, 1 Lima. So we're coming over Banva. That's what we're talking about when I showed you on the maps. We go Vatsim, over Bruton's Park, VOR over Parkway. Then we take a bit of a left-hand turn to Laurel. We should get vectored into runway, which should, in essence, yeah, landing this way. Pretty much down that route there. So we'll come in, land down that way. Should be all good. That's the plan. What this flashing is down here. If anyone knows, put it in the chat or leave a comment. Maybe we just haven't got, that's the oil pressure. It's probably something I haven't pressed. But yeah. Oh, that's the airplane spot. Pretty sweet outside. Woke us up. We need to contact our friends in France. So let's get to it. We're on LFF on the center. That is breast control. Interesting. 128.1. So let's jump back in. Down. 128.10. That'll work.
31.1.
There we are.
131.1. Pilot control, good evening. Is the 58 cycle 360 inbound Lima uniform Lima. Easy 58, Paris, bonsoir. Would you like a shortcut? That would be much appreciated, Easy 58.
No, you guys give me out shortcuts. Sweet.
Direct Kazakh, Easy 58, then.
Paris Control, good evening. Was there 185 with you? Flight level 380.
Was there 185, Paris, bonsoir. Squawk 5725.
Squawk 5725. Was there 185? Oh, it's confusing saying that call sign. Right. 5725. 5725. Done. Cool.
Was there 185 identified, level 380 indicating direct Sosen.
That's copied and direct Sosen. Was there 185? So, direct Sosen. Just pause there because he clearly knew a waypoint that we wanted to go to, but I had to look for it first, otherwise be saying we're going somewhere we don't know where we're going. That's cool. Bit of air traffic control. Let me know if they're too loud, too aggressive, and I can adjust the sound slightly. But cool.
Air France 171, good evening. Direct to Xanad, flight level 270, climbing 290. Air France 171, Paris, bonsoir, identified.
So, we're still battling this crosswind, 120 miles an hour. So we're still pointing this way, but we'll end up over here. And that's just due to the wind. Cool. Good to hear. All the French accents, a little bit of bonsoir.
Easy 8481, Paris, bonsoir. Squawk 5715, mode Charlie, please.
If you get told mode Charlie, it's basically you want to show your height, and sometimes it shows your call sign, but if you don't do that, it just shows your squawk but not the height you're at, and he needs to know the height so he can control you. So we're just coming up on Paris, which will be down there somewhere. Still a wee bit to go before we get there. What if we put airports on? Let's see. Yeah, LFPG, that one there is Paris, so. It's a very international adventure we're having today. Hopefully these longer flights are good. Like, there's not much that happens when we're up here, but when we have all the subscribers, then it'll be fine. I think the timeline at the top has probably frozen a little bit because it's still saying out 20,000. Let me see if I can recycle that. Just because it's not right. If I...
8481 identified. Would you like a shortcut?
This guy's giving shortcuts out left, right and centre. What a guy.
DJ 481, direct Charlie, Lima Mike.
Alright, let's see if that kickstarts anything in this simulator for the overview. It might do. God, everyone, yeah, getting the shortcuts.
Transire 6, 9001, descend flight level 300 and contact contact Brussels 131.1. Bye-bye.
I think as we come into London we'll also have air traffic control, which is cool. So Sauson, which is where we're heading, is literally on the coast of France. There's
the 688,
and then we'll start to go over here.
London offline, monitor Unicom 122.8. Bye-bye.
Over to Unicom 122.8, correction, easy 6884. Thanks very much for your help and good evening. Bye-bye.
Interesting. So that EasyJet is heading to, he's off to Glasgow, so he's still going over London. There are some London controllers on, but we'll see if we get handed over to someone or not. If not, we'll just, you know, mosey our way in. Get rid of this so you guys can actually see. Oh look, even Nightbot's working. Look at that, that's cool. It's almost like this is a professional channel, almost. Just lacking some subscribers. But we'll get there, guys.
Service control, good evening, Alpine 582 to level 1804190. Correction 170.
Alpine 582, Paris, bonsoir, climb 260.
Climbing to level 260, Alpine 582.
Because we're under this guy's control, we can't just descend when we feel like it. We have to wait for him to guide us through his very precious airspace. But he'll let us know when we can start descending, and then we'll pop down. We have a lot of aircraft just flying into places like, well, Amsterdam seems really busy at the moment, and Heathrow as well. Maybe there's an event that I'm just missing tonight. Could have got involved in, but it seems to be that everyone's going between those two airports. Let me just check the events. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anything, but we'll figure it out. No. But yeah, everyone's definitely flying between those two airports. It's pretty busy going into Heathrow. Gatwick's pretty busy, but Little Luton, it's very VIP. I think there's about 5 people flying in there, so perfect for us. Take away these airports so we get a better view. See what's happening outside again. Yeah, it looks cool. Simulator's really good. I think most people are trying to fly where the storm is. I'm trying to trying to test out their skills when it comes to landing, which is not what we're here to do, of course. We're here to be
Today,
responsible.
passing level 175, feedback.
These guys look pretty chilled here.
0327, hello, climb flight level
Oh,
260.
he's looking out the window. Nice.
Flight level 260, feedback 327.
You can see down there another aeroplane actually. I don't know how easy you guys can see it, but his contrail is going there. So you can see there's a flashing red dot. Depends how quickly you get into your, how close you get to your screen, but you can see the contrail. These are our contrails, and that's his. That's pretty cool. See if I can see where he's going to on my little map. He is going to Dublin, it looks like. We're a bit higher than him. He looks to be climbing up a little bit. It's probably super windy in Dublin as well. Where's he going from? So he's from Paris. But Orly, okay. Cool. And ahead of us is the English coast. Might even get there before the sun sets, which wasn't really the plan, but what's the time? It's about, in the simulator it's 4:19, so well, it could be. We've probably got about half an hour to go, so yeah, it'll be just a nice sunset flight. So we're still with his controller. He'll just let us put it all on really until he wants us to do something. We do have to be, so per the approach, that Bamva, we should be passing it at actually at any height, but at Mayfield we need to be at 20,000 feet, so that'll be when he starts to descend us, and he'll probably just give it at our discretion. So we'll come over to our little computer here and put in target altitude. We want to be at 20,000 feet, so 70 miles basically before we need to start descending. Doesn't look too bad ahead actually. Bit of cloud, but could be a lot worse post-storm. Oh look, there's someone else as well. All the plane spotting today, I don't know if you guys can see that, but down where my mouse pointer is to the left of it, there's some lights. Who is that? It's difficult to tell. Seems to be going in the same direction as us. Oh yeah.
Golf Uniform Tango 8 Alpha, hello, climb flight level 180.
You can see we're getting
Alpine 46 X-ray Fox.
so not long to go.
Alpine 46 X-ray Fox, Brussels 1311. And Alpine 582, contact Brussels 131.1. Brussels 1211, Alpine 582, bye-bye. Flight level 150. Stuart 55 Kilo, bonsoir, climb level 330. Climb 330, you bad, 55 Kilo.
Body control, bonsoir, police 36 Alpha, flight level 360, inbound boarding.
Stuart 36 Alpha, hello, identified.
So we should probably put in our destination data, so let's just grab the weather while we're in the cruise. So weather request.
Bonsoir, c'est 3459, direction Angers, descente vers le niveau 2, 80.
Oh, that's proper French.
France Soleil 3459, bonsoir, ça va être... je vous rappelle.
Good evening, story 8-9er-1-9er, maintaining flight level 340. Direct
So we got a company message. What's AOC?
Juliet 89019, bonsoir, identified.
Hit print. Let's get this from the printer down here.
France Soleil 3459, 9 whisky arrivé, piste 25.
And come down here. Go to performance. We want the approach phase. QNH is 1001, so pressure's gone up a bit. And then the temperature is 3 degrees, tropical. And the winds
Juliet,
are
Paris, bonsoir,
260 at
identified.
2.2, but they're gusting 3.3, so we'll see how we get on. Give you a bit of a go around.
Juliet 327, London offline, monitor Unicom, bye bye. Juliet 327, nothing further, monitor Unicom, bye bye.
Trying to get rid of someone. What's happening out the window again? Nothing.
First center, Lufthansa 4470,
Lufthansa 4477, Paris, bonsoir, identified, climb level 300.
flight level 300, Lufthansa 41st.
Easy 1, Charlie calling, bonsoir, climbing 180. Easy 1, Charlie Golf, Paris, bonsoir, climb level 240.
Bonsoir, everyone.
Easy 1, Charlie Golf, our climb level 240. Easy 1, Charlie Golf, climb flight level 240. Okay, so climb super 0, Easy 1, Charlie Golf. KLM 189, contact Marseille, frequency 124.65, bye bye.
So our next handoff will be to London, although I think we'll get handed off to be on our own for a bit and then London will contact us, but let's see.
So 78 Juliet, direct Bravo Lima Mike, flight level 190 when ready. If you want to start from call back full 3.
Okay, direct Bravo Lima Mike and Bravo Lima Mike 5190
Still windy. 109 miles an hour.
Skylink 17 Paris, bonsoir, climb level 260.
Paris contrôle d'Air France 910, bonsoir, actuellement au niveau 160
Maybe
pour
tomorrow we'll
remonter
do a
190 direct là, Lux.
bit of a X-Plane stream before the day gets going. A nice morning one, it's always good. Get some people in who maybe aren't around in the evening or have got free weekends.
Paris contrôle, on vous reçoit 1 sur 5 pour info.
Let's go. Where's their coffee cup?
First Control, good evening. Seatbelt 58,
Nice.
flight level 400 at Milan.
This man's gone very quiet.
Air France 910 Paris, bonsoir, ça devrait être mieux. Poursuivez la montée niveau 270. C'est 5 sur 5, on poursuit 270 Air France 910. And Speedbird 58, you were calling?
Yeah, Speedbird 58, flight level 400.
Speedbird 58, bonsoir, identified, maintain flight level 400.
So that's the coast there. Where do we need to descend to? Oh, there's Undugan is. Okay, we're still good.
Good night, Iberia A320. I following waypoint from Milan. I fly level 320.
Iberia A332 Paris, bonjour, identified. Maintain flight level 320.
Roger, I maintain flight level 320. Iberia 3223. Sorry, 3223.
Air 44, Luton 35,
Tweejet 8919, contact Brussels 131.1, bye-bye.
131, 71, goodbye.
So we need to start descending soon-ish. Get down to our 20,000 feet.
Bonjour, Luton 35, Papa, flight level 360.
Lufthansa 35 Papa, bonsoir, identified, maintain flight level 360.
Maintain 360, Luton 35, Papa.
Paris Control, good evening, 328 Romeo with you, planning flight level 190. 328 Romeo, bonsoir, identified, continue climb flight level 310. Climbing 310, 328 Romeo. Air France 910, poursuit la montée niveau 330. On poursuit niveau 330 Air France 910. KLM 189, contact Marseille 124.65, bye-bye.
Paris Control, KLM 1771 in with you, inbound Nermo, flight level 16841 left 90.
KLM 1771, Paris, bonsoir, climb flight level 280.
Continue to climb to 280, 1771.
We are currently within the English airspace. Should we still be speaking to Speedbird 327?
Speedbird 327, I was about to call you, leave my space to further ATC, monitoring to decom, bye-bye.
Unicom 122.8, Speedbird 327.
With 185, leave my space, monitoring to decom, bye-bye.
Over to Unicorn, was there 185? Good evening. Cool. I'm going to start descending then. Let's do that.
Alors,
There we go.
Papa, bonsoir,
Now
pour
we'll
le
go
moment
over to
descendez,
Unicorn.
maintenez niveau.
So, we're away from him, and we start our descent. So we're just commencing our descent down. What we're trying to do is hit Mayfield at flight level 200, which per our fancy calculator over here says that we need 60 miles or so. So yeah, I might just want to go a little bit further, but that's me there, and that's the 60 marker. So we'll just continue moseying in until someone asks us to talk to them again. So just descending over the English Channel now. Still flipping windy, isn't it? Like 133 mile an hour wind. Oh, crumbs. Oh, it's helping us get down quickly anyway. Now there are controllers on in London, but I'm not sure who's controlling where, and it's all going to get very confusing. So, just cantering over the channel, as you can see here. A lot of waves down there. You can see the white tips on the sea. Clearly pretty blustery. Although you can kind of see how Microsoft make it look. It looks pretty much the same everywhere. So we'll keep descending. And on this arrival, we want to then hit where? Oh, there's quite a few. Want to continue our descent down to 7,000 feet, basically by Laurel. And Laurel is still a wee while away, but over there. So let's see if we put 7,000 into here. About 90 miles before, which is right on the edge of that ring there. So we've still got a bit of time. So, this is the south coast of England. Making good time. Thought this was going to be a 2-hour flight, but we might get down in sort of an hour and a half. Really depends what happens as we get closer. I've got a feeling that it's going to be pretty busy in London, given all these people are trying to enjoy the beautiful weather that's in the UK at the moment. Everyone seems to be going into Heathrow. Bonkers. So when you're flying in strong winds like this, you might not actually feel it. As long as it's not going sort of blustering around you, it's just like being in a river, getting carried along. Or in this case, swimming against the river, which is a bit more difficult. But unless the wind really changes direction a lot, you won't feel it, which is why when you get nearer the ground, you definitely feel it more, because it starts to shift direction, given where buildings and things are. So we're just continuing our descent here, making our merry way towards Luton. You can see Luton's over here now. And I think we'll just keep going down at this rate, right down to, we'll put it down to 7,000. And then if air traffic control sort of get in touch with us, we will slow it down. It's a nice rate of descent at the moment. And we're just following really this Banville 1 Lima, which is coming in here. You can see us as the pink dot. We're going to go over Mayfield, which if we zoom in and parallel these two things together, that might show you what we're looking at. So Mayfield is here, and then you've got Vatsim, which is here, and then a right turn to Brooklands Park, which is the BPK, which is here, and then you've got Barkway, which is there, and then it sort of does a loop, which is similar to here, does a loop back on itself, and you can see the loop then comes into the runway. So that's the plan. Whether it works out that way, we might get vectored, or they might just leave us alone. Let's see. So we're just tracking up towards London now. We start getting involved with all the other airplanes that are around here. But you'll see we were going to get over Mayfield at 20,000 feet, which is pretty much what we're going to do. That's us just about to cross Mayfield before we go towards Vatsim. So we'll just keep this rate of descent coming down.
Good evening, Flybywire 3685, just at 4,000 to intensify our approach course, just at around 7 miles. Advising the gap in traffic once we are established at ILS 36.
That was just someone announcing their arrival. So we just keep following this in, Vatsim, and then you'll see that little loop back before we come into land. You can see down there Gatwick. It's all a bit blurry from up here, but you can see the lights of the aircraft down there. Little bits of scenery popping through. Not too busy. and a couple of airplanes. So there's one here, there's one over there. I suspect at some point we're going to get called by a controller to chat to him and see what we're up to. So they're just passing off to the right hand side. Not showing on the screen here, so they might not have their transponders fully on, but have a little look for them. So you can see we actually pass over the top basically of Gatwick, which is down here, so the airplanes would come in below us. This is the world famous, off our nose, Hill Aerodrome, which if you've ever flown at, you'll recognise the runways here, and then there's one runway going that way. What a tour from the Wizz Air. That's Gatwick. God, it's kind of more fun when you see London from above rather than coming to land at Gatwick. So, that's tour. We're just about to go over Red's Hill, which is down there. That's Red's Hill Aerodrome. Pretty cool.
EG2 Whiskey Papa, you're on frequency, sir.
EG2 Whiskey Papa is having some aircraft issues at the moment. I'll stay clear of you.
Oh, okay, no worries, mate. Thank you very much. It's so you're struggling to my right, but yeah, okay, thank you very much.
So we're just continuing our descent. It's pretty busy in London, but no one wants to talk to us, which is good.
Gatwick traffic, G685, 15 minutes tower, come on.
Slower rate of descent down now. Just because we need to be at 7,000 feet here and we've still got sort of 40 miles to go. And we only really need 17 to get there. So we can slow this right down. That off our nose is Heathrow, it looks like. That's one runway there and one runway there. It's just coming into life. So we're getting a full tour of London airports here. Starting to see people pop up on our screen now. Aircraft off to our right, aircraft off to our left. But yeah, not too cloudy, but it's still windy, still very windy. There's some ground controllers as well, which is good. At Luton, they're still showing, well, not too bad, 19 knots now. Still pretty strong, but... So yeah, we're just pootling along. There's Heathrow, an approach coming in. So we'll just go over the top of Heathrow. Won't get in their way because everyone's below us. We're at 11,000 feet. So yeah, pretty cool views of London. You can see how easy this is to see, but there's an airplane on approach here. And if we go over this way, there's another one over there. So they're all lining up to come into London. Oh, into Heathrow. That is Twickenham down there. You can hear the engines just spooling back there. That's because below 10,000 feet we have speed limits. And about to hit those. So it looks like we're going to vector ourselves in, which is pretty easy. Works for us. So below 10,000 we'll just get some landing lights on so people can actually see us. And that taxi light just never wants to... Ah, there we go. Again, what else can we see over London? That's the City of London over there. In its full flight simulator glory. Heathrow down there. Gatwick was back down that way. That looks like Wembley off our nose down there. So we're still getting blown around here. It's still pretty chunky, and there is a lot of airplanes around us now.
Traffic.
Yep, thought that might happen. But we're going below him, which is good. Oh, it's just very tight here. If I can see him. Nope. It's fine, we'll just make our way through. What could go wrong, guys? What could go wrong? So all these little triangles are other airplanes, which are all quite close to us at the moment, but it's fine. Just battle our way through. Okay, we can really slow our rate of descent. We've probably misjudged that a wee bit, but we're basically going to do a hook around here and in. But what we could do is take a little shortcut. There's someone off to our right hand side who's steaming towards us, which is a little bit perturbing. Where are you, my friend? You're at the same height as me. You're 100 feet above us. Let's see if we can spot. There's just loads of airplanes coming into Heathrow. But we're all good. That's why we follow the standard arrival.
Traffic.
And we get those alerts. So the Airbus, if it thinks it is going to come into conflict, will basically adjust its rate of descent to make sure that we don't. But I think we're okay. We've navigated that successfully. He's going now behind us, which is cool. So, what's going on? That was all quite intense. Now, over the top of London, past it, and now we should have quite a smooth little arrival into Luton. So the airport is sort of off to our left hand side, over that way sort of way. So we only had to be 7,000 feet really when we got to Laurel, which is here. But we'll just fall in, we'll do a bit of a loop and then vector ourselves into land so that we're flying the correct approach, just because there might be other airplanes that are relying on us to follow that while they come in. There you can see the wind there, 290. Ready to go from Parkway up to Buster. Left turn to Laurel and then into the runway. So what we have to do, just to set ourselves up for landing, is we need to choose what sort of braking we want, and we can have low or medium, which are these left and right ones. Have a cheeky little look at, if I close that because I'm okay with how we're going to be landing, open the charts list and look at the taxi, and we go to airport info. So we're coming in on 25, so let's put on medium because the runway's not huge at Luton, and we want to exit hopefully by this first right here, the hotel. We won't make Charlie, so we'll put that in. That's cool, and there'll be a ground controller when we get there. Also want to just arm our speed brake. No, we didn't lock the door. Anyone could have walked into our cabin. Major security fail. Now, can I get my? No, that's unlock. Oh no! Let me. Oh, I am trying to click around it, guys, but there we go. Beautiful. So yeah, we're just coming up. Let's turn the localizer so we know that we are going to be able to intercept it. So we're going to go up and do a big left turn and head here. We're way out of the city now, back in the countryside. Sun's just going down. Doesn't look too bad an evening, apart from the fact that it's blooming windy. And we only need to cross Laurel at 7,000 feet, which is here, and then we'll just start a descent from Laurel into the runway. Doesn't sound like there's anyone else. I've put some messages out there to see where, if there'd be anyone to conflict with us. But no, it's all pretty quiet. It's interesting trying to. I thought we might get some air traffic control just because it was so busy, and there are controllers on, but clearly they are focused on other areas, which is quite good for us. Means you can just practice and come into land. Let's have a look at the airplane. Yeah, the sun's definitely setting. It's a good view. It's looking good. I'm pretty confident being outside at the moment because the autopilot's flying the airplane. That's our left turn that we're doing, which is basically us doing our little round the corner hook here. Cool. So what these do, these points here are just from Laurel, leads us in towards the runway. Let's have a look and see what the ATIS is at Luton. 1202. No, it's still windy. Probably the most obvious thing, it's still windy. But you can see there's about a 55 knot wind coming off. Probably over this direction here, and the runway's going that way, so might be a bit of a crosswind landing, but let's see. These English countryside towns.
Luton traffic, Wizard 1898, backtrack. Checking on runway 25 and departing runway 25. Luton traffic.
That's someone just on the runway. So we're about to cross Laurel, so we'll just start our further descent down to, let's do 4,000 feet. And we'll go to QNH 1001. And we're already in the approach phase here. And what this does is when we put flaps in, it will automatically slow the airplane down to the level that we need it to slow to.
Luton traffic with 1898 departing runway 26 or 25. Sorry, Luton traffic.
So that's someone just departing out of Luton. We can have the sun in our eyes. See the localizer pretty much bang on from a height perspective. Let's get some flaps in. Knew that was going to happen, but that's alright. It should start to slow down, he says. It's just, this might just be something to do with the mod. Not a nice noise really, is it? It'll turn off in a second, there we go. Continue our descent because we're still high, and let's put the gear down to slow ourselves down a bit more. And Luton traffic, Wizz Air 185, 10 mile final, runway 25. We need to descend pretty quickly. Pretty damn quick. There we got the localizer. Which is fine. Let's slow down. Our final approach speed. Out the window. So that's good, it's got the localizer. Cool. Final approach.
2,500.
And there is a ground controller that we'll speak to once we clear the runway, but at the moment we're looking okay. You can see the wind is coming straight at us at about 50 knots, so that's quite helpful. Just going over the top of the town. That's nice, it's good scenery. And Luton traffic, Wizz Air 185 is on a 5-mile final, runway 25. That's just to warn anyone who is on the runway. You can see there's someone actually taking off just in the distance there, so he's clear, which is good. Just hope the other person coming, taxiing down, doesn't decide to go on the runway. Smooth approach though so far. Disengage the autopilot around about 1,000 feet. Still getting blown around. That's 1,000. We can take over. Let's see what happened. Oh, it's 1,000 again. Luton Airport's on the top of a hill, which is slightly unfortunate sometimes, because you get blown around. As you can see. You can see there's our airliner just creeping into view, but he's holding, which is good. We are a little bit off to the left here. We'll correct that and continue our descent. Lots of little corrections as we come into land.
Luton traffic after landing, aircraft right up at left 5.
I can't see.
Go 81 November.
He's waiting for us.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Oh, damn. Slowing down on the runway. That's a nice sunset here. Not sure why the lights are all at a different level, but you know, we're in a beta, so it can be forgiven. So there's someone lining up behind us, so we just want to get off pretty quickly. Close our get these speed brakes down, and then we'll contact ground once we get over onto the right hand side. Welcome to Luton, everyone.
Luton traffic, Wisco 81 November Hotel, takeoff runway 25, match 3 Yankee departure.
That's cool. Technically we're not really clear of the runway until we get past this line here, so we'll hightail it and then we'll stop here. And there's a ground controller on, but let's tidy up the aircraft first. So I'll bring the flaps up. And then he's on 121.75. There's another Wizz Air. Taking off. On to 175. Let's just get our charts out because he's going to want us to know where we are. And we'll give him a shout. Luton ground, good evening. Wizz Air 185 with you. Hotel 1.
Wizz Air 185 Luton ground, good evening. Welcome to Luton. Taxi Alpha Delta stand 47.
Alpha and Delta to stand 47. Thanks very much. Have a good evening. Wizz Air 185. So, Alpha and Delta is... That's Alpha. Oh, that's a Delta. And that's 47 down there. So we're going to take a right turn. Let's go. Cool, guys. So, nice little flight in there from Milan. Pretty windy all the way up, causing a bit of headwinds as we came into land, but also while we were flying up across Europe. Took a wee bit longer probably than we thought, but can't always plan for that. So we're literally going to take a bit of a right turn here along Alpha. Which is to our right. Cool, you can see the shadows of the airplane given where the sun is. So this is Alpha, and then we're going to take the first left down towards Delta.
Luton ground is now closing. There's no further ATC online, I'm afraid. Monitor Unicom 122.8. Have good evenings.
Ah, he's off. Good timing by us to come in, grab him while we could. So we're heading down here, and then we'll be going into the left, and then the third standalone, and then we'll be good. Then we can shut down. It will be time to relax. I hope you guys have enjoyed it and learned some things. Do join us on our next stream. Could be a Friday night. We do them quite often during the week as well, and we kind of go everywhere and anywhere. So subscribe. You'll get alerts when we're going live. Hit the like button. You'll also see more of our stuff. But yeah, been a lovely flight, apart from the wind. So this is 49. It's 48, and then ours is 47, which is up here on the left. Right next to the sheds. Excellent. Typical Luton. So, we're swinging to the left here, guys. Looks like a nice little shed. Just creep forward a little bit more. We're not quite there yet. All about the suspense. There we go. Nice. So we'll just shut down here, guys. Some external power, which is helpful. Pull these, and I think what's going to happen is it will go to a loading screen. That's the engine just spooling down. Guys, it's been always a pleasure to have you come along with us. It's get out of this building as we finish the stream. It's a nice looking aircraft actually, the Wizz Air. We'll do more in this, and we'll go places. Leave some suggestions in the comments, and we'll maybe do it for the next stream. But all it needs to be said is thanks for coming, guys, and enjoy the rest of your weekends while that pickup truck comes to take all the gold bullion off our stream. Where is he going? Don't come near my engine at the M8. It's been really smooth. Stay. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is. Okay. Well, you know, you can just drive under my. Ignore that, guys. It's been a really smooth stream. Let's finish it there. All right. Have good evenings, guys.